Happy 10th anniversary, ABTF.
From the shorts and from short films and theater. Thank you for everything that you've done for us as playwrights, as filmmakers, and teenagers with your filmmaker workshop that you had for them. We're looking forward for that to come back. And we love you all. Mwah! We look forward to many, many, many more years.
The Atlanta Black Theater Festival has meant so much to so many. I know because as a former board member, I have seen how groups of young people, the elderly, and everybody else in between have come in and seen shows about them, have come to shows that are for them.
And what I like about the Atlanta Black Theater also, that my daughters created it, and what it does, it gives a platform so that we can tell our stories, and our perception of us as black people is told in truth, because the TV, media, and movies stereotypes us all the time.
Eye-opener. My eyes were so wide open last year, and then this year to see it come back and improve upon, even though I didn't think it would improve any more about our culture and the talent that we have as black people in all types of mediums of art, and it's just outstanding. I can't say much more about it. And it makes me want to keep coming back and seeing more and more and telling more people about it so they can see and realize what we have, that talent, raw talent.
Well, it's funny. I started here as a volunteer. I used to drive my bike about 15 miles to get to work because I didn't want them to know that I couldn't catch the bus late because the bus stops at a certain time. And I think that had a lot to do with why they ended up hiring me. And it's been a great experience. Seeing this particular event coming here, the Atlanta Black Theater Festival, man, this is absolutely awesome. It's just so many different acts, so many different plays, and it allows me to get better at my job. It's a fast-paced environment where it's just a lot of great things going on, and I get a chance to, go to different shows and meet different people and different productions, different directors. Like, it's an awesome experience.
Both of my daughters have been entrepreneurs, different businesses. She ran a drama school in Princeton, New Jersey. I was very proud of her when she did that. And she also had a senior helpers business that she entered. And then she went, but her love has always been a theater. And then when she got this vision in 2006 from the Lord, then it was just clear that that's the direction that she should go in.
This makes you want to come out and share. Makes you want to, be involved.
I still try to stay very involved with how this festival responds to the changes that can take place from one year to the next when it comes to the politics of the world, the theater companies that are out there that want to do festivals, that actually want to come to Atlanta. There's also the continuation of people who have continued to be here throughout the 6 or 7 years that this festival has been in existence. And it's really a special family. It's really a family that's continuing to grow as well. So this festival continues to grow and get stronger. And if I have anything to say about it, it will. And it is just a great. I've made friends here. I get a chance to revisit friends here every year. Get to tell people that I know that are coming. I know we've been meaning to talk all year, but we will talk in Atlanta in October, and so it does happen. I love it, and I look forward to continuing to grow with the festival.
I am muted. I'll start all over. I didn't realize I was muted. But good morning, everybody. I just want to say thank you for joining us on this rainy day in Atlanta. I hope the sun is shining on you proverbially or literally today on this happy Saturday morning. I am excited about what I'm gonna show you today. Thank you for being so excited about going to the motherland. I am jumping out of my skin at the overwhelming enthusiasm that we've had about this excursion, this journey, this trip, this expedition, everything else, exploration, and everything else you want to call it. So without further ado, I'm going to share my screen. Please feel free to ask any questions from the chat box in the comment area. See, we already got some folks saying good morning, good morning, good morning. Thank you so much. I appreciate all of the love and about what's happening for us. We're excited about what's happening with the Atlanta Black Theater Festival. So give me a minute and I'll go ahead and share my screen with you so I can show you the presentation. Fantastic. So I hope. Ooh. Okay, can you still hear me? Can you guys still hear me? Can you hear me? I guess not. Okay, I think you can hear me now. I was saying, can you hear me? Now can you hear me? Can everybody hear me? Fantastic. Great. Woo, woo. Okay, we got shout outs from Houston. Okay. LaKendra said it's shiny here in Houston. That's what's up. Uh, well, I'm going to bring in, he just jumped on the call. Before we get started, I'm going to bring in my partner in crime, Antonio Henson. He is also going to be hanging out with us to answer any questions and help us navigate this presentation today. I promise you we will not have you hold you on for long. We're going to get you the information that you need, answer your questions. So please submit any questions that you have in the chat area, and I'm going to go ahead right on and get started with the presentation. All right, so welcome to Beyond the Borders, ABTF Beyond Borders. This is a arts and cultural pilgrimage. We are the Atlanta Black Theater Festival. To give you a little bit of background about us, you saw it in the documentary previously. We've been around for 10 years. We are actually celebrating our 10th anniversary. And that is so exciting to me. We've been through a lot of ups and downs, but as you all know, anything that's worthwhile is worth it and working through it. So we are celebrating 10 years and we are doing it big. We have 10 days of celebration. 2 will be in Atlanta. It'll be an outdoor, socially distanced, safe theater festival outside for 2 days in Atlanta, and then we're going to take, because our stories are beyond borders, our stories don't start in the United States. They go beyond. They don't start with slavery. They go beyond other areas, and we are going to join and make connections with storytellers in Africa and learn our stories. So welcome. This particular presentation is about that part of it. If you want to know more about the outdoor festival, look for more information as we move forward and closer to the date. But this particular presentation is about our celebration, the 8-day part in West Africa, in Ghana. So our agenda today is why Ghana? Why did you decide Ghana would be the place to go? Why now? Our official itinerary, we'll go over that. We'll go over the accommodation choices, some travel tips, and then I'll give you an opportunity to ask your questions. So in the meantime, just put your questions as they come to mind in the chat to make sure that we get to everybody. If your question is answered during the presentation, that's fine as well. That means we've hit on the things that you need to know. And we appreciate that because we want to know what your questions are, even if we cover them. We want to make sure that everybody understands what's happening. So why Ghana? Ghana is the gateway to Africa. That's what it's been considered. It is absolutely an amazing country with over 25 million people, and it is becoming the West African tourist hub for vacation takers around the world because there are a huge variety of places to explore. Locals are absolutely so friendly and so welcoming. There are very few tourists. Tourism is just booming or beginning to boom, is beginning to boom in as of to 2019 when they had the year of return. So we're there. They are really learning to appreciate the tourism and what tourism brings. And truly, Ghana is a West African gem. It's just a gem for all those reasons. That's me. Why Ghana? Again, because Ghana is safe. And when I was there in 2019, I spent 53 days in Ghana in 2019, and I had an absolutely amazing time. This is me headed out for a night on the town. I was a solo traveler for most of that time there. And as long as you know, I felt safe the entire time. I used, your normal senses of, safety and being aware of your surroundings. But Ghana has a very, very low crime rate. And we'll talk more about that later on. But their crime rate is very, very low. Violent crime is almost non-existent. But there's other things, and we'll talk about that when we talk about the travel tips. But I felt safe. I spent a lot of time there as a solo female traveler. You will meet your friends, your family, new friends. I have friends in Ghana, and they are truly friends. Ghanaians are the type of people that if they meet you once and you click and you vibe and you have a meal together, you can consider them your friend and your family. As a matter of fact, they consider African Americans, they look at us as their lost relatives. So, if you have a distant cousin that comes to your home and it's your brother, you find out, say you discover that an uncle or brother had a son that you didn't know about and they come to your house, you're going to treat them like family. That's how they feel about us. We are their lost relatives. So that is such a warm feeling. This is my Auntie Sarah. I met her while in Ghana in the Volta region. I stayed in her guest house. She had an 8-bedroom guest house. I felt like home. I actually got severely dehydrated and I was sick for 2 days. And she treated me like I was her daughter, making sure I had water and tea to keep myself hydrated and making sure that I was cool, and I had AC and something to eat. She was amazing. And this is a picture of her showing me how to cook banku, which you'll discover it's the most incredible food that you ever want to taste. So you get to celebrate your history. They have museums, the preservation of their history, and as it incorporates and connects to us as African Americans. Also, art. The art is absolutely ingenious, as you can see here. This was an art show that I went to at one of the hotels in on New Year's Eve, and this is just some of the spectacular art that you can immerse yourself in. And if you're an art lover, you're certainly going to the right place, because there is no shortage of an appreciation, not only art, but an appreciation as a country of the arts and the creative people in their country. Also, immersing yourself in the villages, the life is just a whole, so many sacred meanings. Being a part of being a part of the traditions and the culture is truly is just is indescribable. As you can see, I don't have the words other than sacred, and the fact that they hold significant meaning to you, and they will to you once you experience that. The nightlife, oh my gosh, anything you're into, whatever it is you're into, whether you're into techno music, disco, live music, jazz, reggae, salsa, afrobeat, whatever it is you're into, they love to party, they love to dance, they love to be entertained. Again, it is a city, it is a town, a country that embraces the arts. And so there's lots of live entertainment. Ghanaians love to have a good time. And then some of the more traditional performances are that you will also experience several times during this trip. Just healing. You'll feel heal. And I went to Ghana. I escaped to go heal. And I spent time there reflecting in the sun, soaking up all of that Ghanaian vitamin D, the food, and it's something that just shifted my DNA to a place where I came back unapologetic and proud and loving myself, loving my people, loving my nose, loving my skin color, everything that was and is of Africa. And you will experience the same thing. And especially nowadays, in the situation that we're in now, we need to love on ourselves. Our mental health is so paramount. And don't believe that we are not experiencing trauma. Every single human being in the United States, especially Black folks, are experiencing trauma right now. So here's an opportunity to go revive your senses, be loved on, be appreciated in a country, and surround yourself with that love of family. We all can use that right now. And the views are absolutely spectacular, as you can see. Little eye candy for the ladies. This was a rooftop party that I went to. It was a Ghanaian who had went to college in Africa. He gave this party. Went to college in the United States. He was also a mega sci-fi, and he gave this party. Rooftop had a great time. It was an HBCU party, and yeah, they love HBCUs. For those of you who are affiliated with them. The food, absolutely irresistible. Now I figured out why African American palates are so sophisticated, because we love textures and flavors, and you get to experience that in Ghana. You get to understand why we want our food seasoned. Another thing is traveling. I talked about the mentality, the mental health aspect of it and the healing, and it truly does bring you back to life. It really does revive all the messages that and cleanses you of all the messages that have been sent to you, that you're not enough, you're not good enough, you are enough, you're adequate, and you will experience that for 8 glorious days. Why don't people go to Africa? I don't know why people don't go to Africa. But some of my I speculate that it could be for three different reasons: physical safety, people not knowing and understanding how safe it is. It's actually safer to go to Africa or Ghana than it is to come in the United States. Again, their crime rate is so low. They have what they call nuisance crimes. And nuisance crimes are opportunity crimes. In other words, pickpocket, or if you leave your cell phone at a restaurant, don't expect to go back and find it there. So electronics are huge there, laptops, all of that stuff. Those are opportunity crimes and nuisance crime. But anything violent, I was there for 53 days and there was not one shooting. You can't go 53 days without a shooting in the U.S. So it is absolutely safe. And you just got to bring your backpack, zip them up, keep your pockets zipped, and you'll be fine, especially in crowds. And then beliefs versus the reality of it. Africa has been painted as such a far away exotic land, and that's not true. It's, as you can see from the images, it is very contemporary. They need some work. They do need infrastructure work, but it is very contemporary. It is very accessible. Not accessible in terms of I mean, in terms of the ability to fly. You can fly to direct from New York City or Washington Dulles Airport in 10 hours. 10 hours. I mean, you can take a day trip that'll take you longer than that. But you can actually be in Ghana if you fly direct from DC or New York in 10 hours. So it's not this far away place. It is not so unattainable. It is very attainable, and it is very contemporary in terms of modern amenities. And then it's also affordable. You know, some of these trips that I see people are having, some of the tours that people are going on. I saw a tour that encompassed one day of the tours that we're providing, including in this group, and it was $997 just for one of the tours. So I think because of the exotic, far away aura that Africa has, I think people inflate the prices. And quite honestly, we want you to go. So we curated an experience that's affordable. Again, what we thought about was when we decided to make and create this 8-day journey or experience, we wanted to make sure that it addressed the three things that we thought that had people not thinking about Africa or Ghana in particular as a vacation destination. And that is as safe, as affordable, and we wanted to make sure that it was unforgettable. So those are the three hurdles, obstacles, objections we try to overcome in creating this experience for you. COVID. Everybody's concerned about COVID now. You know, when I started doing these presentations about 2 months ago, it was COVID was more of a concern. Now, as people are getting vaccinated, it's becoming less and less of a concern. I anticipate that as we get for closer to December, COVID and the shock factor impact will be less of a concern. But of course, Ghana, they managed it. This doesn't make the CNN, MSNBC, Fox. This doesn't make the news. The fact that Ghana only had 1.5 death rate per million compared to the United States, which has 1,513 death rate per million. Why is that? That's because Ghana's infrastructure is already established to handle and manage pandemics. If you remember, Ebola, AIDS, malaria, they have been dealing with pandemics for decades. And so their medical infrastructure was already set. So all they had to do was pivot for the next wave coming. The United States, they didn't do that. So therefore, this is how they responded, and right now, and that's why their rates are so low. They actually reopened Ghana in September of last year. So they've been open since September of last year. and open meaning people can come as long as you're not vaccinated, as long as you had a test, people were coming in and out, traveling in and out. Of course, there's a mask mandate there, though. What are some other things? This is just fun travel facts. 9 out of 10 people travel on a budget. There's a lot of people can't make it rain on when they go on vacation. Some people can, but most people can't. So we took into consideration that. And also another fun travel fact is 8 out of 10 people are going to prefer outdoor activities and tours for 2021. That's what the studies and statistics are telling us. The good news is Ghana and every other tropical climate or hot climate is a outdoor country. Everything is outside. Your restaurants are all outside. You eat outside. They cook outside. Everything is done organically outside. The only thing they do inside is sleep. So they're already just organically set to do things outside. We are the ones who go for cover in buildings. Not that anything's wrong with it, go and cover for buildings for heat and air conditioning. But out there, everything is outside. The markets are outside. Shopping is outside. All right, so you want to go? Let's get ready to go. What you're going to need is you're going to need a travel vaccination. COVID is recommended. It is not required at this time. I do believe that COVID vaccine will be required, but I don't know for sure. I don't have a yellow ball. But what is required is a yellow fever vaccination. Yellow fever is required. If you never had it, it's a one and done type vaccination. If you've ever gotten it in your life, all you have to do is have your yellow fever card with you. They will ask for it at the end at immigration to pass immigration in Ghana. So you need to have that with a valid passport. A United States passport must be 6 months or more from the date of your departure. And then, so make sure that it's not getting ready to expire. And then also you need a Ghana entry tourist visa. But you don't have to write all this down. We send you we have a checklist of everything you need to do to make it easy for you, of everything you need to get ready for this trip. So that checklist is coming out periodically. It's a travel guide and checklist, and you can just help it to manage your trip, to make sure that it is the most wonderful and easy, free, without wrinkles and bumps as you possibly can. We've done all the research. We can show you and share how to get through it, all the paperwork and everything as easy as possible. Also, the Ghana entry tourist visa is something they have to stamp your passport. So that means you have to send it to them, and then they stamp it and send it back. So the thing we recommend is you send it priority mail, and that takes 2 days, with tracking. That automatically includes tracking with a self-addressed stamped return tracking priority mail envelope. So you can track when it gets there, you can track when it's on its way back to you. That's the best and easiest way to do it. And you need to do that in advance. So if you have a passport that's getting ready to expire, go ahead and get that out the way, get your yellow fever out the way, get your COVID vaccine out the way, and you can go over. You'll be ready to go. Also, what we require to travel with this group is a requirement is travel insurance with emergency medical evacuation rider. And the reason why is, God forbid, if anything were to happen to you while you are there and you need to be medically evacuated, you're not stuck in Ghana. You're at home with your own doctors, your own family, friends to surround you and help you heal. So that is very, 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 very important. It's only like $60, $70 to get this. And in the event that, God forbid, something were to happen, you're not devastated by a 6-figure plane ride that you need to take, because they run about $100,000 to $200,000. You're okay. And that's just peace of mind and comfort for us as well as for you. So you really need to do that. And that's very important. Anti-malarial. I read recently, when you go to get your yellow fever vaccine or any other vaccine, when you get travel vaccines, they will try to upsell you with all of this stuff. None of that stuff. I'm not saying don't get it. I'm just saying I didn't get it. I didn't get all of that. I got my yellow fever. I already got my COVID and anti-malaria. I was on antibiotics anyway. And from what I understand, you could get anti-malarial drug in Ghana for $5 at the pharmacy. So I read that just recently. So don't let them upsell you on all this medication. You'd be spending all your money. It's not worth it. Well, I'm not going to say you don't have to. I'm just going to say I was there for 53 days and I didn't need all that stuff. So, but they try to scare you again. You also need medical clearance. So go ahead, get that physical. I know people have avoided going to the doctor and all of that, but don't do that now. Check that blood pressure, check that cholesterol, all that stuff. Make sure you're fit to travel because Ghana is not accessible. They don't have wheelchairs ready, handicap areas, parking. They don't have that. Just forget it. Just if you're thinking that you have a bad back, you can't walk, this is not the trip for you. Quite honestly, you must be physically fit and able to lift at least 50 pounds. That means your own luggage and walk at least 1 mile without stopping or needing assistance. I cannot emphasize to you how this trip is really going to be physically exerting. And not only that, I mean, it's also very hot in Ghana. So that makes it even more. You're like, oh yeah, I can walk a mile, but can you walk a mile in heat? That's the question, because you really need to be able to enjoy the heat because it gets hot. But you have so much fun, you really don't think about the heat until you did what I did. You didn't get hydrated, and then you ended up sick for a couple days. But I tell you, water is so easily accessible. People sell water on the street. You get water bottles, so you keep small change in your pocket, a few, low bills, and you grab a bottle of water. It's like 2 CDs. You grab which is like 50 cents. You grab a bottle of water, you drink it. Water is everywhere. Everybody has something cold to drink. So they sell that on the streets and it's always readily accessible. So, but here's some more fun facts. 10 out of 10 people will have access to the COVID vaccine. We highly recommend that you go ahead, get the vaccine. If you don't want to get it, I understand, but I recommend that you do. 7 out of 10 people will be ready to travel in the next 3 to 6 months. When I started doing this presentation, people were skeptical. They didn't know. So, but now the airfares are starting to go up. People are ready to travel and everybody's just ready to go. I think that number is even going to be higher. We've been sitting in the house and hugging our houses for the last, 16, 17 months. It's just been hard. So everybody's ready to go. So now the itinerary. Day 1, we're going to pick you up at the airport. There's a restaurant right across the street from the airport called the DC-10 restaurant. It's a huge plane that's converted to a restaurant. Beautiful place, wonderful spot to grab lunch. We'll meet you there at noon. Right across the street. Just leave, you exit the airport, literally go out the exit, cross the street. There's even a crosswalk, and you go over right to the restaurant. The transport will be waiting for you right there on day 1, which is December the 3rd, and that will be there. All of this is also on our website, so you really, if you need to take notes, these are just captions from the website. You can go to the website and get all of this information as well. And then we will head to the Gold Coast region. We will be going to 3 regions in Ghana in 8 days. So again, the trip is very vigorous and strenuous, but I want to show you as much as you possibly can see. And so you sleep when you get home because it is going to be a lot of power-packed itinerary. So we're going to head to the region, the Gold Coast region. It's like going to 3 different regions of the United States in 8 days. So if you can just imagine, it's almost the same. So again, we're going to go to where the most beautiful beaches you'll encounter, and then you'll be able to reflect on everything. Everything is just so hyper spiritual. I know it's just it's just the magic of Africa, and you'll experience that as well. Then we'll have a reception that evening. We'll be staying at a beach resort, beautiful beachfront resort, and I just got the confirmation yesterday for that resort. I didn't have any of this information when I was given this talk, but everything is now all confirmed and we are ready to go. It's a beautiful beach resort, right? It's just very, very sophisticated, upscale resort. They have chalets and they have hotel rooms and they have villas, and it's just going to be an incredible experience there. We'll have a reception, a welcome reception with a food tasting, and we'll have some beverages, some cold beverages, and just spend the evening getting to know each other, imbibing, and having a culture talk. Because we don't want you to go over there not knowing what to do, how to act, what customs. We want to familiarize you with the customs that are Ghana, so you can make sure you have the best and the smoothest experience while you're there. So we'll have that. We have somebody that will come and talk to us about that while we dine and sample the foods, and then you'll be tired. So you'll go to sleep and rest, and then the next morning we'll wake up early and we will go to the Kakum National Park, which is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Ghanaians are very proud of that, and you'll test your wits on the canopy walk and take that tour through UNESCO Park, which again is absolutely wonderful. If you've never been to a rainforest, this is the one to go to. This is where you see all of the exotic animals, and you'll have a wonderful tour guide through that park as well. The next day, that evening, you're on your own. You can have dinner on the beach at the resort. Wonderful, excellent food, top notch, again, upscale, first class accommodations. And then the next day, day 3, we rise early and we'll go to the castle. And the castle we'll probably go to Elmina Castle. There's 2 castles there. We went to the Cape Coast, but we'll go to one of those castles, depending on who can accommodate our large group the best. And you'll be able to, at that point, experience what everybody talks about, that door of no return, and is absolutely the full range of emotions. You will be sad, glad, mad, joyous, inspired. And so when that is over, we go back to to the beach resort. You'll be able to decompress. You'll be able to reflect right there on the ocean, and maybe just do whatever it takes for you, because it certainly will be an emotional experience, and you'll need that time for reflection and contemplation and just repositioning, because it truly is an experience that will shift your DNA. The next thing we will do, that evening, you're on your own again at the resort. We'll check out of the resort the morning of day 4, and we'll head to a Ghanaian village and truly have a Ghanaian village experience with all of the ceremonious things that is traditional African. We've decided, and it's in tradition, the African tradition, that you bring a gift when you visit these villages. So we've decided that we're going to bring children's books because they are easy to pack. You can slip them in your suitcase. They don't take up a lot of room. So we're asking everyone to bring 5 to 10 children's books so that we can give them to the village children. And that would be a wonderful thing for us to be able to say, we are here, we are home. And your cousins have come home. So then we'll head to Accra, back to the capital city, and we'll check into our hotel. That's the evening of day 4. We'll check into our hotel, and then or your accommodations, depending on what you signed up for, either the Americana or the Heritage. And the next day, and you'll be on your own for that evening, so you can get to experience some of that nightlife that I talked about in the capital city. And then that morning, day 5, we will rise early and we will go on a sightseeing tour of the city. So this is where we're going to go to we're going to hit all the hot spots: the W.E.B. Du Bois Museum, the Black Star, the the Nkrumah Museum, Jamestown, all of those spots that you've heard everybody talk about, those city tours, that citywide tour all day. So it'll be a fantastic experience as well. And then that evening on your own, you can get some more of that nightlife in and sample the cuisines and the wonderful restaurants that are in Accra City. And then the next day we'll rise early and we will go on a real estate and investment tour. And so one thing about Ghana, it is bursting. It is an emerging market. And I don't know if y'all know, but Elon Musk just moved over there. Stevie Wonder just moved over there. Steve Harvey is now producing TV over there. So it's an emerging market, and the real estate housing is still very, very, very affordable. And affordable, of course, is relative depending on where you live in the United States. But I live in Atlanta. We have a lower housing market. It is still affordable over there. So you can get a piece of that real estate either as a summer home, or you could do it a vacation home, and you can rent it out as an investment property, or you can on a retirement home. So it is so affordable. You're not going to want to. You definitely want to check it out. And even if it's not in your short term goals, it could possibly be in your long term goals. And then that evening we'll head back, and you have the evening on your own again to experience the nightlife in Accra. I'm telling you, you won't be able to get enough of it. But don't stay out too late that night, because the next morning we will get up early, and I mean very, very early, before the break of dawn, and we are going to head on our luxury transport to Kumasi. And Kumasi is in the Ashanti region. Now, Kumasi is absolutely an unbelievable place that houses the largest market in outdoor open air market in Africa. And it's over 10,000 vendors. Can you imagine an open air market with over 10,000 vendors? Well, that's in Kumasi. You'll be able to go. This is where you do your shopping. This is where you get your kente cloth, you get your mud cloth, you get your African art, your sculptures, your paintings, all of that. This is where you get all of that there. And you can buy a bag. I say buy a bag because you only allow one suitcase, but you buy a bag while you're there and you fill it up with everything that you want, and you take that stuff back home, because it makes beautiful, beautiful decor for your home and gifts and all the other things that you want to that art does. And then we'll head back, and we'll get back very, very late. You'll be dog tired, and you'll be able to sleep in, because the next day we will have a VIP evening at the National Theater of Ghana. We will open with a reception at the Movenpick, which is a five-star, count them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, five-star hotel right across the street from the National Theater. That is where our Americana guests will be staying. And we'll have a cocktail reception. We'll be embraced by the dignitaries of the Ghanaian Ghana, of the people of Ghana, and artists and art. We will be inviting artists, television producers, and artists, artisans, actors to join us for that evening reception. And then we will all cross the street and go over to Ghana, and over to the National Theater. They'll lay out the red carpet, and we will have a private performance specifically geared for the Atlanta Black Theater Festival contingent of delegates. And that is our last evening in Ghana. Oh, and then you'll want to stay and go back again and again and again, I promise. But here's some travel tips. Do not overpack. One suitcase, as I mentioned before. It is not a trip where you want to dress. It's to impress. Not that kind of trip. You want to be comfortable and you want to be cool. So trade in dress to impress for comfortable and cool. A shawl or jacket for the plane, of course, is needed. But after that, Africa is hot. It is so hot, 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 hot. You really need to hydrate, 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 hydrate. Don't be like me. Don't get hydrated and get sick. Be okay without technology. Let it go. The priority, technology is not a priority in Ghana at all. So you got to be okay with it. And you have access to Wi-Fi, of course, in your hotel. But as we travel along, it's really difficult to pick up hotspots. You will be able to sometimes, but sometimes you won't. And you have to be okay with that. We will have emergency access ourselves because we will have local Wi-Fi service. Get fit, if you're not already started, try to get fit. You start walking. If it's just good anyway. It just helps you with your overall health when you travel to another country. I don't care where it is, whether be it Europe or Africa or Australia, wherever it is, it's just good to be physically fit. And or sit this one out, come with us next time, because you'll be miserable and then everyone else will be miserable as well. Airfare is now up. It's no longer 750. When I made these slides, it was 750. It's now about 1100, which is still good. I've seen it as high as 1400. So you want to make sure that you budget for airfare. Go ahead and get it now because the fares are going up. They're creeping up. I actually saw airfare yesterday for 908, and so 908, which is less than $1,000. So 980, which is less than $1,000. So we recommend that you fly direct from the U.S. If not, give yourself time to do the transfers and not miss the flight. You want to come in a day before, just like the cruise. It's just good and smart to come in the day before. So if we're going to leave on Friday at noon, come in on Thursday. Just plan to get there on Thursday, just in case something happens. And then you can be well rested and ready to board on Friday, because traveling takes a lot out of you. You got time changes, your body needs to adjust to all of that. So we just want to think about that and always think about safety. Physical safety, mental safety, being able to sustain it throughout the time, so you can have a great time. Smiles and thank yous go a long way in African culture. I've tested it over and over and over again. I start with a big smile, always gracious, and say thank you, and they will bend over backwards. And then we have another tip: mosquitoes. Mosquitoes are real in Ghana, and they don't like Ghanaians. They like Americans. Trust and believe, I got my fair share of mosquito bites, but I discovered a secret: essential oils. Tea tree and peppermint are the two. Lemon oil. I added a little couple drops because it's essential oil. You can't add it directly to your body, but a couple drops in my body wash, my shea butter, everything that I put on my body. Start early so it can get in your skin, and it's a natural repellent. Mosquitoes do not like those oils. And also pack your patience. Ghanaians are very laid back. If you probably, many people have been to Jamaica. They're like Jamaicans to me, where they're laid back. Just nothing is, if the food is 30 minutes late, then it's 30 minutes late. That's just what it is. Wait a minute. Okay. Yeah. And that's just the way it is. It's going to be, it's going to be there when they get it to you. So have another beer. That's how their attitude is. But you'll begin to appreciate it after the second or third day. You're like, okay, yeah, what's the rush? So we're going to talk about the three packages that we have available. One is the contemporary. It says 3 to 4 star, but we've already booked our 5-star accommodation. It is actually the Movenpick Hotel, for those of you who are interested in that. The second package is the Heritage Hotel. And a Heritage package, live like the locals. This is where you live in comfortable private ensuite rooms. All the rooms will have a private bath attached and then shared common living areas. So that is a little bit more affordable because it's not 5-star, but it's comfortable and it's clean. And believe you me, I am a germaphobe. So I am my standards of clean are, I believe, are obsessive. So we've picked these accommodations based on the high standards that you can expect to experience because it is an ABTF trip. And then the Black Pack, get me in where you fit in. All right, so those are the three packages that we have available. Here's another fun fact. The dollar is really strong in Ghana. And when I say strong, I mean 50 CDs is equal to $10. So that means a dinner, and it's that lobster dinner that you saw costs about 13 bucks, where it would cost 70 something dollars here in the United States. So a dress that you want to buy, maybe 15 bucks, where it would cost 50, 60, $70 in the United States. So that's how strong the dollar is. So it's affordable. That's the whole thing. Um, why would you want to travel with us as opposed to going there on your own or another group? Because we're affordable. This is, you're going to save time, you're going to save money. And then our commitment to you is that you have an authentic experience. You can do a tourist group on your own, or you can do a typical tourist experience with a group. But because we are the Atlanta Black Theater Festival, ours is a behind the scenes experience because we are going to be guests of the National Theater. So you definitely will benefit from something that is absolutely different and unique. And it's me, I'm Tony Henson. This is our ABTF team. We have a team of folks that will be there to support you. Dennis Langley's coming. He is from Canada. He's our documentarian. Nikki Baldwin is the executive assistant and festival manager. Wait a minute, where's the rest of my team? My slides got twisted around. Okay, Antonio Henson, my husband that I told you about earlier, he's going to have some couple words to say after the presentation, and he's the board chair. We have Tawana Jackson, who's a nursing medical assistant, who will be a part of our U.S. staff. Yes, we travel with a nursing or medical staff person. And that is because any smart tour group does that. Because, God forbid, if anything were to happen, you need somebody who is going to be able to navigate the medical system anywhere. Even United States medical system is difficult to navigate. For those of you who have aging parents, you have to call the doctor, etc. You have to be able to talk that talk. So we are so very excited that Tawana is joining us to, in the event, God forbid, anything were to happen and somebody were to get sick, we have somebody that is there to help assist you with navigating the medical system. And that's just reassurance, and that's worth its weight in gold right there. And then Darrell Daniels is a part of our logistics staff as well. Now that's our U.S. team. Now I'm going to introduce you to our Ghana team. We have Prince Osei from the Ashanti region, Kobe Cox. We also just added another one. His name is Frank Apron. He is also going to be helping us in the central region. And then we have Nani Kwame, which he's going to be helping us and being on board with us in the greater Ghana region. And we also have another person who's on board, who's not pictured. So two additional people have joined since. His name is Seyron, Prince Seyron. So we are going to be well hosted in Ghana. And so act now. What are you waiting for? This is a lifetime. I think COVID has taught us so much about living in the moment, living for the now. Why Ghana? Why me? Why is this so important to me? Because I said in the very beginning, it's because I want us to share our stories, and that our story does not start and begin with slavery. And that is just in and of itself psychologically detrimental to just have that limitation in terms of your historical reference. And I put it as Mission 1370 because Harriet Tubman was a missionary, and she went back to get people and bring them north to freedom. And my goal is to take us back at least 13 trips or 70 people back before I kick the bucket. It's on my bucket list. So in order to do that, I wanted to do this. So that's why we're doing it. That's my why. Just channeling Harriet Tubman. That's all. I just want to bring introduce this incredible experience to more people. And hopefully you will do the same, and so on and so on and so on. And we'll grow to have a connectivity with our African brothers and sisters. So that's my contact information. You need to book now. I have some good news and some bad news. The good news is we've already got our hotels booked, but the bad news is we only have one room left. And oh, I forgot to go over this. Deposit is needed now to hold your space. First payment is due. Everybody, I know everybody says, do you have a payment plan? Yes, we do. You can break it up into 2 payments, and your balance is due in full by September 21st. So you have some time. It's by September 1st. You have some time. You have some time to get it together. All of this is available again on our website. And I'm going to send you a thank you email. And in that email, there are the links. We have an Americana room left, but we also have a wait list for the Heritage Plan. The Black Pack Plan is sold out. So, but December is a long way away, and we do anticipate that people will drop out. People always do. And so we'll have a space for you. Just join a waiting list. It doesn't cost you anything. Just jump on the waiting list online. And when we send you that email, that thank you email, it'll have all the links there. And so you just need to start getting ready to go, because we hope we added 3 more rooms. And then those sold. We added 3 more rooms this week, and 2 of those sold this week. So we can't add any more rooms because we are already at capacity. And I don't want us to be over capacity. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring Tony up. Do you have anything to say? Did I miss anything, Tony?
We covered everything. We do have some questions in the comment area. One thing I did want to mention, you talked about the vaccine, yellow fever that's required, and the recommendation that everyone be vaccinated for the COVID. You didn't mention the test negative. As of right now, you have to test negative to get into the country, and the cost of that.
Yeah, you do. Absolutely. They make you take a test before you can enter the country, and it costs $150 right now. It costs $150. It's a rapid test. It's outrageously expensive, but that's what they're asking. They're asking that we take a test once we land and pay right there. And I think you pay in advance, but I'll get that information. I'm hoping and praying that will not be the case in December. As people get vaccinated, there will be a vaccination waiver, because actually France just did a vaccination waiver. So if you have the COVID vaccine, you can go to France now. So they've opened back up for only people who's been vaccinated. So I'm hoping that will be the case with us come when it's time for us to go. But in the meantime, you do need to budget for that $150 that they're asking when you take the test once you land at the airport to get through customs. So you also need to allow yourself 2 hours at least to get through customs. So if you're planning on arriving that same day, that you're going to be tight unless you get there like 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock in the morning. It's going to take you about 2 hours to get through customs. Go ahead.
Yeah, if you do arrive early, you will have to have your own accommodation for that one day before our trip starts on December 3rd. Direct flights fly out of New York, as Tony mentioned, and DC, get you there in 10 hours. Get your tickets early. You may be able to get tickets cheaper if you go through another country. It won't be direct. The downfall of that is your time to get there can take anywhere from 17 to 22 hours. That's a long time to try to get somewhere you want to go to if you don't fly direct. So I stress, as Tony had earlier, get to DC or New York and fly out of that. DC flies every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday to Ghana, United Airlines. New York, Delta. I believe it's LaGuardia.
JFK.
Oh, JFK. Okay, yeah, JFK. And I'm not sure the dates. They may fly every day. They may fly every other day, like DC. I'm not certain, but you can check on that. Um, and finally, let's go through some of these questions, Tony.
Sounds good to me.
All right. How soon we should apply for the visa due to expiration date?
Okay, the visa is good for 3 months, so you can do it as early as 2 months in advance. If you do the single entry visa, if you plan to go back to Ghana over and over again, then do a multi um, entry visa, and that costs a little bit more. But if you plan to go back, just go ahead and do it. But if you do the single, it's good for 3 months. So, 60 days in advance is good. 45 days in advance. It takes about 2 weeks to get it back. They say they do it in 10 days, but I've seen it take as long as 2 weeks to get it back. So give yourself 2 weeks and have it in hand way in advance, just in case something happens, as early as you possibly
Okay.
can. But we give you a
Do you envision
timeline.
this trip to be a repeat?
That's a good question. But I just want to finish answering the other question. We give you a timeline in your travel guide and checklist. Every month I'm sending you something to let you know what you should be doing. And then once you get your guide, your travel guide, you'll be able to do it on your own. But I will be sending you emails. I will over communicate. I've learned that to be really good, and let you know this is what you need to be doing this month, to remind you, to help you, and answer, and being available to answer any questions. So what was that question again, Tony?
Someone wanted to know hold on a second. Do you envision this trip to be a repeated experience?
I don't know. I am into once in a lifetime experiences. As the Atlanta Black Theater Festival grows, I do anticipate that us, as a delegation of artists and art enthusiasts, do explore other continents. I mean, other regions in Africa. So right now, I feel in my spirit that we need to go to Zimbabwe. So I have some contacts that I'm developing in Zimbabwe. This is the first time we're ever doing this, but as an event planner, I feel very comfortable with it, but I do anticipate that's the long answer. The short answer is maybe not Ghana, but definitely another country. Yeah. This is fun. Yeah.
Okay. Next question. How long is the travel to each of the districts you discussed?
That's a great question. If the travel from Accra to the Gold Coast is about 2.5 to 3 hours, depending on the traffic. The travel from the city of Accra to Kumasi is very long. That's anywhere from 4 to 5 hours, depending on the traffic. But we will leave way early in the morning before traffic, and we will come back after traffic. And the transport is very, very comfortable. You will have the option to fly up. I don't, we'll provide transportation, but if you don't want to do the ride, you can fly up for about $100 round trip and fly back. But you'll meet the group and all of that. If that's what you decide to do, I think it's just good to travel with the group. It'll be air conditioned bus, and it'll be a luxury coach, and will be very comfortable, and you can always sleep on the way back. So
Yes. Someone has a question about the suitcase. We can only bring one suitcase total. Does that mean we have to use that for the things we bring on the trip, plus what we buy when we are there?
another great question. No, once you get there, you want to buy a bag. Bring one suitcase because you'll be traveling from region to region. When the way the trip is designed, the shopping part of it is at the end of the trip, so you don't have to lug stuff all around. So that will be your second suitcase. You can buy the stuff is so cheap there. You buy a really nice bag and you stuff it with whatever it is you want to stuff it with. But as far as buggy lugging suitcases is around, we you're restricted to one suitcase. And then again, as we get towards the end, when we go shopping, that'll be your second suitcase, and you can take that back on the plane with you, with your artwork and all that stuff. I hope that's clear. If it's not, re-ask the question. I'll certainly be available to respond again.
Yep, I think we covered this question here. The best city to fly out of, New York or Washington, D.C., if you're looking for direct flights.
Yeah.
Next question. Speak more about the strenuous nature of the trip. Do you have a specific age group in mind? Is it possible to break down the pace at all?
That's a great question. Our group is ranges in age from 23 to 70. Right now, that's our group. Some people have already expressed interest in opting out of some of the excursions. You certainly have the option and the right to do that. It is already paid for. It doesn't adjust your costs because we still have, purchase the tickets and all of the, and the bus and all that. But you can, if it's too much for you, hang out at the beach or the hotel poolside that day. You can manage the trip however you want to. That is totally up to you. The only thing that really, really concerns me is the airport and the fact that the roads and the infrastructure are very bumpy. And people who have bad backs and leg problems really don't do well traveling from region to region and walking because everything is not accessible. It's not we don't have, they don't have handicap parking and where you can, you got to be able to go and park where you can. It's just not planned that way, unfortunately. That's the part of Ghana that definitely bring you back to, if you've ever been like way down in South Carolina or deep south of Alabama or Georgia where the roads are not paved, that's the experience you can anticipate. That's what it is. When you're in the city, just like Atlanta City, you got everything modern, but when you get back to the backwoods area, and we will be traveling there, it becomes physically strenuous. If you have any reservations regarding your health, this is not the trip for you. I just want to be honest with you. This is not the trip for you.
Okay. Next question, we kind of covered contact information. You gave that, and they will be getting follow-up information from you as well. How large is the group that is going in December?
Right now, we have 43 spots. We anticipate that it will drop down to ideal for me is 30 to 35. So we can comfortably say anywhere from 30 to 40 people. So it's a nice group. It's a nice group.
Can we pay sooner?
Of course. Absolutely. You certainly can. We'll send you an invoice and then with the deadline, and it's a PayPal invoice. You just go ahead and just pay it when you're ready. You pay it when it'll be in your inbox. You can pay it when you're ready. Absolutely.
How long does multi-visa last? You have
A
any idea of that?
multi-visa, I believe it's 6 months. I've never gotten it. I got the 3 month. I wish I had gotten the multi-entry visa. I've seen people told me they had a 3-year visa, so I'm not sure. But this is what I heard. People said they can get up to 3 years. I'm going to get as long as I can. I can tell you that this time because I just love the country and I want to live there. So.
Okay. Are there separate fees for the tours or are they included?
All the tours are included, Barbara. Woo, woo. All your tours are included. All your accommodations are included. All the transportation to and from the tours are included. The meeting spot is though. Let me make this clear. Our meeting spot will be the Movenpick Hotel, the five-star hotel I talked about. That's where the buses will leave from. So for the people with the Heritage Plan, it's 15 minutes from it. They have to meet. They jump in an Uber. Uber's very readily accessible. Ubers cost you $3-4 a ride. It's so cheap. You got to jump in the Uber and meet us at the bus. The buses will always leave from the Movenpick Hotel. So those who are in the Black plan or the Heritage Plan, they have to come to the people in the Americana plan and meet at the hotel. It's just easy to do because you can tell the Uber driver, I'm going to the Movenpick Hotel, and then they'll be able to take you there. Okay. I'm so excited. Have y'all? Do y'all get that? I'm like jumping out of my skin. I'm so excited. I can't think about anything else. Any more questions, Tony? I need to address. You scoping them.
Yes. Real quick. Which airport we should fly into?
Oh, great question. Accra,
Yeah.
Tacoka National Airport. It's ACC. Those are the symbols. ACC. You want to fly into the capital city. Great question. ACC.
Do we just have to hope someone cancels if we really want to go? I was a bit confused about the availability as of now.
Yes, that's pretty much it right now. We have one room left, and that's Americana level. And if you're interested, jump on the website and go ahead and book it. And then the wait list. But I do anticipate that people will drop out. People always do. People have been signed up for this trip since January, and things happen. So.
And we should be able to let you know by
we'll let you know June 15th when the money is due.
When the money is due, who drops out. So it's a few months away. We'll be able to let you know well enough time to prepare for the trip. Wow. More questions coming on. Can you catch them, Tony? Because this thing done moved. Hold on.
Yeah.
Oh, can we bring vitamins and should they be in ordinary containers?
The vitamins are very highly recommended.
Original. Yeah.
I highly recommend. I actually just flew. I was in South America. I flew Delta, and I had my vitamins in a Ziploc bag. I didn't have any problems. So I can't say you won't have any problems. Probably be better off if you had the original container, but I didn't this past trip. So yes. So we're going to stay on. If you've got to go, I understand because we're past our time, but we're going to stay on because I want to make sure everybody's question gets answered. If you got to go, thank you so much for your interest. And even if you don't get to go with us, the interest is absolutely so important for us to know that people want to go to Africa, and then we will definitely offer these experiences more often. I have a vision that the Atlanta Black Theater Festival should go beyond borders. So you're in it. You're in our family. Stay connected with us, and we thank you for showing up. But we're going to stay and make sure we answer everybody's questions in the next few minutes. So hang in there. I see a comment, very cost-effective trip. I've seen people pay close to $7,000. Me too. And that's because, and it's one thing I can tell you, Mara, I've been doing everything is online now, virtual. So I've been doing these travel tour and excursion seminars, and where people are selling trips, and they're outrageous. You're right, 7,000. I've seen 9,000. I've seen 10,000. The cheapest one I saw was $24.99. That was the cheapest one I saw, $24.99. But there was not. It was shorter trip than this one, and they didn't have as many tours in it. It was a lot of free days on your own type things. So yeah, I am so grateful that we were able to put this together at such an affordable rate. Again, because we want you to go. We're not in the tour business. We're in the cultural arts and cultural experience um, industry. So, uh, will we get an email outlining the itinerary before arrival? Absolutely. Yeah, great question, Keely. Once we get everybody on board, we are putting together right now a travel guide with a checklist. Right now, I'm sending out a monthly email to make sure that everybody stays up to date with what you need to do. Because there's a few things that need to be done, and can become overwhelming. And we don't want people to wait to the last minute. So I'll give you your links for your travel insurance. I'll give you your links for your tourism visa. I'm always available to jump on a call, email, whatever. People know, those of you who have been emailing me, I get right back to you in 24 hours. I do my best if you have a question. So Keely says she found tickets under $900 right now. Okay, cool. That's awesome. If anybody's going, get on that because I've seen them going up, 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 up. All right. Will we get the address to send the visa? Yes, you do. Actually, the link is on the website right now as we speak, but we will give you the information. And always touch base with me if you have any questions. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to answer your questions and make sure that this experience is smooth sailing.
Okay, I think there's one question, still a concern about sending in the passport. How safe is it? If you want to address that.
That's a good question, Deborah, and I bite my nails when I did it too. That's why we recommend that you send it priority mail with tracking. Sending it priority mail with tracking. That's the only way you can get your Ghana entry visa. From what I understand, you can get it at the airport as well. If that's the way you want to go, I don't want to say you can do that because getting to Ghana and then they shut down and say, oh, we don't have that. That office is closed today. I mean, that's Ghana, okay? That office is closed today. Then you're stuck or you have to fly back. So you do take the chance. If you send it in as early as possible with a self-addressed stamped envelope that has tracking, so you know it when it got there, and then when it left, you'll be able to track that through U.S. Post Office. Now, you're sending it to the embassy in D.C. or New York. I believe it's the D.C. one that handles, depending on where you live. I think it's by region. The one we did was D.C. And I can tell you that I didn't do it early enough, and I was flying out of Dulles. I ended up going to the embassy physically and waiting in line for 5 hours for them to stamp my book. And I stood there and I just said, I'm not leaving till my book gets stamped. So that happened to me because I waited to the last minute. They said 2 weeks. I did it. They said 10 days. I did it 2 weeks in advance. And when I was ready to go, I didn't have it. So they had put it on the mail truck. They had literally had to go to the mail truck and take it off the mail truck and hand it to me. And it was very unpleasant. I wouldn't recommend that. So I say get it done at least 30 days in advance, at least 30 days. So you'll have time and buffer in case something happens. But it is in DC. I hope that answers people's questions. Anybody else? See anything else? Yeah, that's good. Can we bring a snack into the country? You can bring whatever you want on the plane, as long as you can get through customs. That's how it works. As long as you can get through customs with it. If you can't get through customs, then that's it. Normally, food is not permitted into the United States, but everybody has their own rules. I wouldn't do it, but if you got if there are people that are diabetics, they got to eat. They have crackers and stuff. Food is always readily available and accessible. And in vegetarian diet, that's easy. I'm a pescatarian. You might catch me eating a little bit of beef every now and then. I ain't gonna lie, or some chicken, but yeah, vegetarian is easy. They don't do a lot of fresh fruits and vegetables, but you can avoid meat and have a good experience. Yeah, lots of fruits. If you like fruit, the most amazing pineapple and mango that you'd ever want to. It's just like you'll never want to eat. I don't even want to eat pineapple here anymore because I've had Ghanaian pineapple. Anybody else?
Yeah, there's a question about the finding out in June and how much time we'll have to pay off our half. I'll say if you want to go on the waiting list, have your money ready in June when it opens up to put your half down at that time.
Yeah, that's a great advice. All right. Any other questions? Did we miss any? I just want to make sure um, we have not. The itinerary is actually online on the website for those of you who are interested in this presentation in real time. And I'm always updating the website. So I'll let you know when I'll email everybody when space opens. If you're on the waiting list, you'll get email when more space is open.
You're
All right.
welcome,
I think
Barbara.
thank you. Thank you. I am so excited. When this came to us when we were in Ghana, we were like, we need to bring people here. And I was like, well, how can we bring it in a way that where people will not be treated like tourists? They'll feel like they're going home. And I believe this is the trip that we've been able to curate to offer that unique, individualized, behind the scenes, not the tourist experience, but the true, authentic Ghanaian experience. So, thank you so much for joining us. And we've got one more of these, and then that's it. It's a wrap. And we'll see you in Ghana or at the Atlanta Black Theater Festival in October. We hope to see you there. But stay connected. Love and peace.